Hmm? This is for you.
What is it?
I don't know. Let's open it and find out.
Scissors.
Ooh.
So what's in the box? Well, a few weeks ago, a manufacturer of Tesla accessories contacted me. The company name is Tlyard. They contacted me and asked me if I wanted to install a few of their accessories in my vehicle, film it, provide a review of it, and I said yes, as long as I can provide an honest review. I'll tell you what's good about it, I'll tell you what's bad about it, and I won't pull any punches. They said yes, absolutely, give us your honest review, and here you go with a couple of things to get you started. So there's two things in here, and we're going to start with the mini screen display. There you go. We'll take this, unpack it, and put it in the car and tell you what we think. Tlyard's dashboard mini screen display. What's in the box? A user's manual. You get the unit itself. And I should mention that this unit is the Intel chip version, not the AMD chip. So it's for the older Model Ys. You get a wiring harness. You do not get installation instructions. For that, you have to go online or watch a video like this. So where does this go? This fits on the steering column right about here. Wiring. We'll run our wires along the top of the dash towards the passenger door, down the side, then back up underneath the dashboard to the computer. So first thing we need to do is gain access to this area under the dash and this area down here so that we can make all of our connections. And how do we do that? Well, get yourself a pry tool and we'll start here. From here, you just work your way around, place your pry tool in the gap just underneath the dash, pry up, and pop off that dashboard and remove it from the vehicle. Pry tool right in here. Give that a little bit of a pop. There you go. Pull forward and then pull up. And this tab comes out, slides right out. Next step, we have to remove this little clip right in here. Take that clip, you'll need it, and then this just pulls out pretty simply, like this. So here we are in the passenger footwell, underneath the dash, and we have to gain access to this panel here. This is where we're going to make our connections. So 1, 2, 3, and there's another clip back here, 4 clips. Those 4 clips have to come off. There you go. And after that, we just take off this little portion down here, right down below. There you go. There you go. Now, you'll also notice that there's a couple of connections here that have to come off. Light, there's a little tab in here. You can see it right there. So you put, easiest way to do it, put something in there and just slide that out. So now for the connections. This is probably the most difficult part because you have to get all the way back up behind this computer, right? Not this white connector, not the blue one, but behind this white one. Hard to get to, but it's way back up in here. Right about there. I'm touching it with my pry tool. That is where we have to make the connection. So limited space, not easy to get to. This will frustrate you. It's frustrating me, but eventually you will end up getting it, at least I hope, but that's where we make the connection. That was pretty painful, I gotta say, getting this connector out. comes from way, here it is. It comes from way up here. And you almost have to be a contortionist to get it out from there. You lose a little bit of blood too, as well. As you'll probably see, my fingers kind of got a cut. Anywho, once you do have that out, this is where the wiring harness comes into play. This plugs right into here, like so. Not easy doing this in this position. So let's pull this down a little bit more. Make sure you got this the right way. Can only go in one way. And click, click, click. There you go. This side goes back up in there, and I'm going to have to move the camera to get that in. So we'll see you in a bit. So before we close all of this up, we've got our connections made. Let's plug this in and see if this works. And if this works, it should. There we go. Look at that. Little animation. That's pretty. And there you go. Seems to be working. Let's install this on the steering column. So now we just have to run our cable to the steering column, and I'm just securing it with some electrical tape out of the way of the clips, and so that it doesn't interfere with any of the airflow once you get the dash unit back in place. So now we've got our cable run. Next step, we replace this part of the steering column with our display unit. What we do first is we have to go into our controls here, and we want to adjust our steering. So we want to bring the steering wheel all the way out, and all the way down to give us the most clearance we possibly can. Next step, there's two clips in here as well that we have to remove. So we'll just pop those out and then pry this up and off. I've already started it here, so what you want to do is you want to get your pry tool, and you want to kind of jiggle this in here and push in. And like I said, I'd already started that side of it, so it was pretty quick and easy. And you want to go to the other side and you want to do the same. Pop it in. There you go. Make sure that it's clear on all 4 connectors. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this should just pop right out. There you go. This little leather sleeve part, this is something that we are going to reuse. We have to take this off of this unit, and we're going to put it on our new display unit. So there's our display unit, and here's our little leather sleeve, and this we have to attach to this, and there's only one way this goes. So there's the 4 little holes there, and there's 4 little clips. You align those and you just snap those into place. One last thing for this is there is a little, you can notice there's a wee bit of a gap here. So there's this little tab you can see there. This kind of clips onto that part of the leather sleeve. Same on the other side. Right in there. And now, no gap. Leather sleeve installed. Clips in place. And now, what I also did was I just stuck a little bit of electrical tape on the side of this to help route the cable away from the main mechanism. That extends and elevates the steering column, just to keep it away from there so it doesn't get pinched. Now we're going to put this in here. Let's make our connection. Make sure we're still working power-wise. Yep. Powering up. And let's make sure that we have everything off to the side here so that it's out of the way. And here is where it gets a little bit tricky. You got to make sure that this lines up perfectly so that nothing gets pinched. Everything's out of the way. So we have that there. Okay. Once that's in, all the tabs line up. You just click it into place. 1, 2, 3. And this one's going to be a pain, isn't it? There you go. We're going to have to work on this a little bit. Next up, we replace these clips, and after that, we put everything back together. So once it's all installed, the next thing you have to do is configure this unit. And how you do that, you access your menu with your scroll wheel. You don't push it in, you push it to the side. So just push it to the side 3 seconds, and you end up with the menu system of the unit. And from there, simply choose what you want to adjust. Temperature wise, we're in Vancouver. Celsius is good for us. Time zone, Greenwich Mean Time plus 8 hours is not where we are. We're actually Greenwich Mean Time minus 8 hours. So you just push this to the left until you get to GMT minus 8, and that'll put us on Pacific Standard Time. Theme, auto, your choices are bright, dark, or auto. And if you put it on auto, it will automatically adjust to the lighting conditions. PSI or bar, so we're going to stick with PSI. I'm not sure what this can is, but you have 1 to 10. It came at 1, so we're going to leave it at 1. I've looked at a couple of different settings, doesn't make a difference. Mileage, kilometers, or miles. We'll choose English format for time, 12-hour clock or 24-hour clock, and then the 2 user interfaces. So let me show you. UI1 is what it is currently set at, and that's what that looks like, right? So you get your tire pressure once the vehicle is moving on the left-hand side, as well as speed in the middle, range bottom left, time top left, charge in percentage bottom right, and temperature top right. Seatbelt, turn signals. If we were to put our turn signals on, you can see where they would show up on this screen. Lighting, automatic lighting, high beams and such, and then your drive indicator. So that's user interface 1. User interface 2, we'll just scroll down really quickly to get to UI. Slightly different layout, exit. So you can see now you have your speed, once again in the center, range, and you have your odometer settings on the right-hand side. Temperature, top right, drive mode, bottom right. Distance to the vehicle in front of you, bottom left. Battery percentage in the middle left, and then time, top left. So a little less information on this screen. I'm quite a fan of the other one, so I'm going to go back to the UI 1. And there you go. Couple of other visualizations. So when you're in park and you open the door, it will let you know what doors open, including the front. Okay. So we've been using this for a couple of days now. I do like the unit. It gives you a little bit more information about the vehicle as you're traveling down the road. It's crisp, clear, really nice display. The one thing about this is the installation. It's not easy. You will eventually get it. It's not super difficult, but it is time consuming, specifically the installation underneath the glove box, where you have to kind of reach up and plug in the connectors to the autopilot computer. That is difficult. It'll take you some time. It'll frustrate you. Step away, come back. Eventually you'll get it. But other than that, everything else goes together pretty quickly. There's one other thing that I should mention. It's been pretty bright and sunny here in Vancouver over the past couple of days. So driving around with this and wearing sunglasses, polarized sunglasses, I found a little bit of an issue with that. If you have polarized sunglasses, when you put your sunglasses on, it does darken it quite a bit. So it's a little bit difficult to see if you're wearing polarized sunglasses. Without sunglasses, there you go. With the sunglasses, that's what you see. So just something to keep in mind if you got a nice pair of sunglasses that you kind of like to wear or need to wear when you're driving around in bright sunny weather. Tlyard dashboard mini screen. What are our thoughts on this one? Well, as of making this video, the price of this is $189 US, including shipping. But hey, we have a discount code until April 20th, 2023. If you use TC Tesla at checkout, you get 22% off. Not just this, but 22% off of everything. TC Tesla. After April 20th, that discount becomes 18%, which is still pretty good. Ease of installation. Oof, this was not easy to install, but at the same time, there were certain parts of it that were simple. The biggest challenge was making that connection with the computer underneath the dashboard. Once you get past that, it's pretty simple. And I should say that regardless of what unit you get, the Tlyard one or similar units from other manufacturers, you're going to go through the same type of challenges as I did with this one. There is just limited space underneath that dash to make that connection. All these units are the same, and all of these units have the same type of connection. I should add that this is the Intel version. If you have a newer Model Y with the AMD chip, might be a little easier for you to install. I think the connection is not necessarily up underneath the dashboard. So for ease of installation, I'm going to give this 3.5 stars. For fit, this matches the interior color of that steering column perfectly. Doesn't look out of place, looks like it's stock. I think it maintains that clean aesthetic of the interior of the Model Y. I really like it. I'm going to give this 5 stars for fit. Functionality. This is a nice auxiliary display. It's not distracting, but puts vital information almost in your eye line, or at least a quick glance from the road. You're not having to search for the information. It's right in front of you. So for functionality, 5 out of 5 stars. Value at $189 US, this is really good value. And if you use the TC Tesla discount code before April 20th, you get about $42 off, which brings it down to about $147 US. That's just a little more than what I paid for the hidden heads-up display I installed a couple of months ago. And this is way better. So for value, I give this 4.5 stars. Overall, installation challenges aside, I really like this display. It is nice, crisp, clear, gives you the information that you really need as you're operating your vehicle, doesn't look out of place, great value for the money. I'm a big fan, I gotta say. I'm probably gonna keep this one for a while. 4.5 stars overall from me. And that's the Tlyard Dashboard Mini Screen Display. If you want to purchase this, you can find us on the Tlyard website. That's www.tlyard.com. Don't forget to use the discount code. That code is TC Tesla. With that code, you regularly get 18% off. But until April 20th, 2023, they're running an Easter special. Use that code and you get 22% off. Not just this, but your entire order. www.tlyard.com. And that brings us to the end of another video. Thank you all for watching. It is really important that you subscribe to the channel because we have another product from Tlyard to install and review. And if you subscribe, you will be notified when that video is completed, uploaded, and ready for your viewing pleasure. So please hit that subscribe button, give us a comment, give us a like. Thank you all for watching, and until we see you on the next one.